everyone, welcome back. Today I'll be doing a review of the graphic novel Dead at 17 by Josh Howard. This is the Ultimate Edition, and it combines the first 4 books in the series, which are Dead at 17, The Blood of Saints, Revolution, and finally The 13th Brother. I'll go ahead and read the synopsis for you. It says, when 17-year-old Nara Kilday is murdered at the hands of an unknown assailant, the quiet suburb of Darlington Hills is turned upside down. As Nara's best friend Hazy grapples with the mystery of her friend's untimely demise, shocking secrets are uncovered that reveal a darker side to Nara that she never knew. Meanwhile, a hidden evil has emerged, raising an army of the undead bent on reshaping the world in its own image. Among the undead is Nara herself, whose miraculous return may signal the impending march towards Armageddon. So this is a book I just kind of bought on a whim. I kind of flipped through it. I liked the cover art, and the artwork within was awesome. The synopsis sounded great, and I picked it up, knowing absolutely nothing else about it. So what we have here is a 17-year-old girl who, at the very, very beginning of the book, is murdered by an unknown assailant, as it describes in the back. And her friend, Hazy, comes to learn some unusual things about her friend, also from Nara's boyfriend, Elijah, about these strange dreams she would have. She seemed to be in severe pain, like something was attacking her, and he had a hard time bringing her out, and then she would never talk about it. A journal turns up with some very strange writing. It's indecipherable as to what it is, and they really don't know what all this is about. And then one day, Hazy's nearly attacked, and Nara comes to her rescue. So it's quite an interesting twist. I love the whole zombies and the imagery of them in here. It's just awesome. This is basically a tale of good versus evil, and we definitely have a badass character in Nara. And what doesn't kind of describe it on the outside of this book is it definitely has some Christian themes running through it. It's not strictly good versus evil. It is heaven versus hell. There's mention of an antichrist and a prophet, so there's definitely Christian themes running through it, although I didn't find it very heavy-handed or anything like that. Like I said, what ultimately drew me to this, What ultimately drew me to this was the artwork, and I love the very bold colors and strong lines and everything. But also, what I also had trouble with this graphic novel was the artwork. There are some cases where the main character, Nara, and some of the other characters that appear, there's her friend Hazy, there's Asia. A lot of them kind of look similar. At times I had to kind of keep backtracking through the book to kind of reacquaint myself as to which character we're referring to, where did this character come from. I did a lot of this kind of backtracking through the story to kind of keep my head straight on the storyline. I think the first 3 books are probably the strongest in the series so far. The 4th one kind of was a bit of a letdown, but it did finish strongly, so it had a good cliffhanger at the end that made me want to continue. What we find out with Nara is her parents were part of this group called the Protectorate, and they knew that she was someone who, upon her birth, would have some sort of power, which you come to learn about in the story, and they tried to protect her, but her mother ultimately distrusts some of the members of the Protectorate, in fact, wisely so, because they are sort of part of the group that is hunting her because they want to use her power for their own. So she puts Nara up for adoption, kind of hiding her identity. So Nara grows up not knowing anything about her past, about her true parents, and so everything, when she kind of reawakens, is a total surprise. It was just really pretty entertaining. I was engrossed in the story, like I said, but I did have to quite often backtrack and kind of find out where it was going. Ultimately, I would recommend this book if you don't have any trouble with sort of the Christian overtones to it. It's, like I said, it's not very heavy-handed. I didn't find it so. In terms of the artwork, there are also some instances where they get rather scantily clad, you might say, and that was a little troublesome, but I mean, for the most part, it's not like, I will show you an image here, so it's not overly revealing. I mean, she sort of got blasted, and she's laying down, she's not wearing anything, but they kind of cover up, the important parts as necessary, so it's not overly graphic, but ultimately I did enjoy this one. I gave it 3 stars, like I said, just because some of the artwork made it a little confusing, and the storyline and the little slow part with the 4th book. So I would recommend it if you can get a chance to track it down. There is a next part to the story that's already out entitled Afterbirth, and according to Goodreads it says it collects Afterbirth 1 through 4. Now, I don't know if it means chapters within that or if it's another bind-up type thing, so it doesn't seem to be enough pages. That's like 104 pages, so I'll have to research a little bit more into that. But this is definitely continuing, and there is some other part that's already out after this. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you decided to maybe give it a try. Bye-bye.